Snow totals that came in from the National Weather Service as of 8 o'clock this morning. The Lehigh Valley really took the top spot when it came to snowfall totals, up to almost 4 inches at the Lehigh Valley International Airport. Willow Grove at about 3.4 inches, Trenton Mercer Airport 3.3, and you head all the way down to Philadelphia International where we were expecting just a coating and we only picked up 1/10 of an inch. Now some of you just northwest of the I-95 corridor around the Phoenixville area up to Pottstown, that stretches up to Macungie, seeing a few flakes flying this morning. Let me know. Reach out on social what you're seeing and what you're not seeing this morning. I'm very interested to see what is still remaining on the ground because, of course, some of you started off with just plain old rain yesterday. We had to wait for that column of air to cool all the way down to the surface. The majority of the activity is now offshore. So again, flakes to the northwest, and that's where temperatures are sub-freezing. So if something is falling, it is falling in the form of a snowflake. 27 in Chalfont, at freezing for Philadelphia, matching that in Millville, but it feels much cooler. We've got active wind gusts above 20 miles per hour. That means feels like conditions up and down the I-95 corridor around 20 degrees. It feels like only 2 up in the Poconos. And for the rest of today, the best we're going to feel, thanks to winds gusting at about 35 miles per hour at times, is the low 20s. Already by about 3 o'clock this afternoon, feeling like the upper teens. If you don't like today, you're not going to love tomorrow's forecast, but I've got a seasonable feel that arrives in that exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. We'll chat about that coming up in just about 10 minutes, Maggie.
Payton, thank you for the update. Payton Domschke is here with the AccuWeather forecast. Sun is out, skies are clear, but it is chilly. Don't let it fool you, right?
Do not let it fool you at all. But if you did get out early this morning, maybe you caught a glimpse of your own grassy accumulation from what Mother Nature brought just in time for the first official day of winter. That's today, if you haven't checked the calendar in a second. A winter wonderland kind of shot with more of the blue upstairs, those clouds in the distance, with the snow on the ground and on the tops of the roofs. We've got Richboro, Pennsylvania here. This photo captured by Christopher Moyer. A gorgeous start to Saturday, especially around the holidays. I'm calling it a winter wonderland. Some of you are seeing flakes right now, but Storm Tracker 6 is a whole lot less active than it was just about 12 hours ago. In fact, maybe even 5 hours ago, because we had this little chunk of energy that was just heading offshore. What we're focusing in on now is just a few flakes really losing their momentum here around Phoenixville to Pottstown too. So if you're out that way and you're seeing something fall from the sky, temperatures are definitely allowing that flake to fall all the way down to the surface and maybe even stick upon contact. And as we head just a little bit further to the north and west, lower Macungie, East Greenville, out to Holland, seeing some of these flakes as well. If you at home are seeing this, feel free, shoot me an update on social. I'd love to know what you're seeing at home, or maybe even a photo like Christopher sent too. At freezing for Philadelphia, so again, the cold air aloft is matching what's happening at the surface right now. 26 in Allentown, 28 though in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. Tabernacle at freezing for Millville, matching that in Ocean City. And it's not much warmer with the breeze off of the bay there in Cape May, still coming in at 34 degrees. For the rest of today, temperatures are going to go downhill from here. We will have some sunshine as we really clear things out this evening, but that sets the tone for another cold overnight. In fact, one of the coldest we've had in almost a week. Few clouds this afternoon, but the winds really starting to pick on up, gusting up to about 35 miles per hour at times. That's leading to temperatures being not only in the low 30s, but our wind chill temperatures stuck in the 20s. It's clear and cold tonight. If you've got any plans ahead of the holidays, maybe you've got a party to attend, make sure you've got all the winter accessories as you head out the door. The call from AccuWeather tonight, Philadelphia is down to just 17 degrees, 14 in Allentown, matching that in Lancaster, maybe even 13 in Lansdale. In between reporting sites, maybe you approach just the single digits. I wouldn't be too shocked with a bitter chill and radiational cooling. That means we don't have a blanket of cloud cover to trap in any of that warmth from the day, even though it's going to be hard to come by. Warmth is being generous right now. In the Poconos, if you're headed up that way, maybe it's just for a quick overnight visit with the fresh pow that they've got down and you're trying to ski or snowboard. During the overnight, there's a cold weather advisory posted, meaning wind chill values for folks further to the north and west could have values as low as 12 below zero. How do we all start to morning when factoring in just a slight breeze because the winds do back off tomorrow? Up and down the I-95 corridor. 6 to about 7 degrees is what we feel like at about 6:30 tomorrow morning. So any church service plans, you'll need all of the winter gear. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast, 35 today, 27 tomorrow, and at best during the height of the afternoon, I showed you the morning feeling like just the single digits. Will only feel like the teens during the afternoon. 32 on Monday, and we do turn seasonable by the middle of the week. And for Santa coming into town, it looks like smooth sailing for him and the reindeer to make it into the Delaware Valley. We've got temperatures back in the 40s. Wrap it with a bow and send it off for delivery. We've got it by Christmas and the start of Hanukkah.
Yeah, we love that, especially for local travel.
We sure do.
All right, Payton, thanks for the gift.
You're welcome.
Back. In just a moment, but first, Payton Domschke is here with a look at the AccuWeather forecast. I know everyone's been tuning in. I think a lot of people were excited to see the flurries.
People were so excited. I'm at least the majority. I'm going to say that it's the majority because I think I fall under the majority. I took a nap yesterday, woke up. Of course, I forecasted the snow, so I knew it was going to happen. But it looked like a snow globe, and it was so wonderful. It's festive. It puts you in the holly jolly kind of mood. And the call from AccuWeather today, we're stuck at about 35 degrees. And if you think that's warm, you're really going to think it's balmy come tomorrow afternoon, because factoring in gusts up to about 35 miles per hour at best during the height of the afternoon, it's going to feel like the low 20s, and then we slip back into the teens and we go down from there. It turns even brighter this afternoon. We've got a few puffy cumulus clouds around right now. What a way to welcome in the winter season. Today is the winter solstice. So happy winter to you. We've definitely turned a page, and I think a lot of you know that is evidenced by what you've woken up to. A grassy coating, perhaps a few inches, especially in the northwest suburbs around Trenton too. A few flakes still flying closer to the Macungie area, just southwest, or I should say southeast of Allentown too, closer to Phoenixville. This is going to taper on off. It's not an all-day occurrence. What will be is the major chill. The Arctic air settling in. We're around freezing for Philadelphia, 28 in Allentown, as well as 28 in Chalfont, 32 in Ocean City. When you factor in wind gusts 20 to 35 miles per hour right now, it feels a whole lot cooler. It feels only like 20 for Center City. 18 in Lancaster, only 1 it feels like up in the Poconos. And if you think this afternoon is chilly, just wait until tomorrow, because temperatures again only feeling like the 20s this afternoon. We slide with clear skies during the overnight, and tomorrow morning the I-95 corridor waking up to the single digits when it comes to a wind chill factor. I've got details on when our air temperatures will be back in the 40s. I think you might like my answer. It comes wrapped in a bow, perhaps under the Christmas tree. There's my hint for you, Maggie.
We love that, Payton. Thank you. Hey, names have a lot of meaning. So when you name a kangaroo Rowdy, you can expect he's going to be a little rowdy and maybe get into some trouble.
Say it louder for the people in the back, Maggie. Seriously, I have some questions for her. And also Texas. I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
I think there's a lot of things that happen in Texas.
There probably are. There's a lot of things that happen here too, aren't there? A lot of people maybe enjoying the slopes today. The ski resorts, for at least a lot of the locations, did not enjoy a season start quite like this last year. So there are plenty of people, in fact, dozens coming down the little hill here. Maybe a big hill for some people. It probably would seem very big for me personally. I've only been skiing a handful of times, and I'm still trying to improve those skills. The next big thing we're looking at is the polar plunge continuing through Monday, because the chill, it's just getting started today. Why is this all happening, and what's the driving force behind that Arctic air that comes into play? Well, it's this area of high pressure. It's got origins to Canada, so it drags with it much colder air, and we are on the receiving end then of much colder air, the coldest we've seen since the middle of January. You won't want to forget the extra layers. Remember, if it's cold for you, it is cold for your furry friends. Please do not have them outside for an extended period of time. And it's going to look like that the mornings, the coldest time of the day, is usually right before sunrise. And we're going to deal with that not just today. It wasn't chilly this morning, yes, but tomorrow morning we could see a low temperature of 17 degrees for Philadelphia. And we beat that on Monday with a low around 14 degrees. That means outlying areas from I-95 are expected to be colder, especially northwest of the I-95 corridor. We could be waking up to single digits in the northwest suburbs, the Lehigh Valley and the Poconos. That's nearly 15 degrees below average when it comes to starting a day. By Tuesday morning, the temperatures are turning just a little bit warmer, and then we're back on the seasonable side of things by the middle of the upcoming week. Storm Tracker 6 right now, just a few flakes flying through some of the northwest communities, Northampton, Montgomery, through not only Bucks County, but Berks County, just right around Allentown. So if you're seeing this, don't act surprised. The surface temperatures are definitely cool enough to just see those snowflakes trying to reach the surface. But other than that, the big piece of energy is now offshore. So other than those few flakes, we're not expecting much in the way of snowfall today. Just the cold. It's at freezing for Philadelphia, sub-freezing in Chalfont, Exton. It's 26 right now in Allentown, 17 in the Poconos, and 32 degrees at freezing in Ocean City. For the rest of today, how do we do? Well, temperatures are going to start to slip right after midnight. Our temperature was recorded at about 35 degrees. We're falling as that cold spills on in. The winds are picking up too, gusting to about 35 miles per hour at times today. That means a wind chill factor keeps us in the low 20s at best. And the call from AccuWeather, we're down to 17 tonight. That bitter chills around, clear skies, not trapping in any warmth from today by any stretch of the imagination. And it's even colder to the north and west. So how does tomorrow set up as you wrap up the weekend before the holiday rush? We've got temperatures feeling like the single digits tomorrow, and during the afternoon feeling like the teens. So the layers are going to go a long way. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. If that's not cold enough, we keep temperatures around freezing by Monday despite the sunshine being around. We've got a pattern shift that happens to set up on Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve. We could see a rain and or snow shower. It's all dependent on temperature. But as Santa arrives and makes his way into town, it looks like it's smooth sailing. And then by Christmas, temperatures are back in the 40s. The start of Hanukkah, temperatures are turning more seasonable for Kwanzaa, 44 degrees. And by the end of next week, Maggie, temperatures are closer to 50 than we are 30.
All right, Payton, are you all wrapped up? Are all your gifts wrapped?
Oh, they were wrapped weeks ago.
I know, I was going to say, she puts her